First score at 14, serving 10. You can see Dwyane Lynch having a good 4-point lead. First game again, Dwyane, and you can't read a whole lot into this one. I believe, as you said earlier, both players trying to get into the game one, and we expect it going to be a lot more more competitive game moving into games 2 and 3. Maybe 4 or 5 games you may have tonight, Dwyane, and given the class of both these players.
11-16 right now. Adrian Scott, he's behind the 8 ball. I think maybe he's just trying to feel out Mr. Lynchy, see where he can get some points.
Well, that's a penalty again. It was a good serve, good low serve to the back arm. He got the height he wanted on the return. The ball bounced and made it easy, but yet maybe the pressure, and he spoiled that one. One he really should not have missed. 12 serving to 17 now.
I think Adrian Scott might be under a bit of pressure due to work commitments, and he work shifts, so that might be on his mind at this time.
That's another excellent rally. Very good tennis there by Dwyane Lynch. Good control tennis. 19 now serving to 12. 19-13. So we're already seeing some real positive responses in the last couple days and weeks with this call out, Dwyane. We've been talking about it for a while, but yet we realize more and more call outs coming from different places. So who knows, we may see some of the top guns, the A-class players, probably getting involved in this as well.
Yes.
That's a 21. Dwyane Lynch taking the first game at 21-14. I am not totally blown away by that, knowing most players tend to warm up in that first game. I really be expecting a more competitive game here now from Scott in game number 2. But tell me about all the call-outs. What you been hearing about the call-outs as well?
Yes, Sunday coming, we're going to have a very interesting call-out from 2 unorthodox players, and Bruce Pounder and Mr. Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder.
All the way from Silver Sands, Christchurch. And Bruce, he's representing Bush Hall.
Oh, Bruce has a new name now. He's now the Bush Hall Beast.
Yes.
So the Bush Hall Beast will be here on Sunday to defend his home territory.
At 7 o'clock sharp. Right now, Bruce is probably in his cave practicing.
Oh, you think he has his own private cave?
He's a beast. A beast don't live in a house.
Okay. So the beast will be working out in his cave, getting ready for Bob the Builder.
Yes.
All the action coming off this weekend.
You just got to hold up. If Bob do take out Bruce, Bob, he's a builder. He might build a cave or a cage.
He might turn around and build a cage for the beast.
For the beast. Yes, folks, we're into the second game. Adrian Scott, he lost the first game 21-14 against Dwyane Lynch. And right now, Adrian Scott, he's back in the camera. He have on some beautiful red softwares, black and white shorts, and a black and white dry fit shirt.
So score is served 4-3. 5-3.
Sometimes, John, sometimes these players come up against an opponent who is tougher, who is better, who is higher ranked. Psychologically, it tends to play on the player's mind. And I think Adrian Scott may be suffering from that. He's playing an A-class player. Like you said earlier, you said, John, that Adrian Scott is playing.
He might be punching a little above his weight.
weight.
And this evening, what we are seeing here from Dwyane Lynch is some very focused tennis. I mean, that was a lovely form that he got that 7-3 lead in that turnover, this service change. Dwyane is playing, anyway, he looks really composed this evening. He looks as if he's here focused. And let's see if he can take that all the way through and see what happens in the end.
Yes. You know, Dwyane Lynch is one of these players. He's a very, very good player, very skillful player. And he's somewhat kind of underrated in the road tennis fraternity. A lot, you know, when they're talking about talking about the top players, his name is not mentioned. But this guy defeated Junior White in a tournament. And there are much players who have beaten Michael Jackson in a tournament, but Dwyane Lynch, he did defeated Junior White in a tournament in St. Philip. So this guy, you cannot underestimate Dwyane Lynch. He's a very, very good player.
Well, at 5 serving 8, he's showing why he is here this evening as more of an A-class player than a B. He's definitely displaying good control. And yes, actually the record between these two players, they met in competitions only on 2 occasions prior to this evening, and Dwyane Lynch won on both occasions.
Yes.
What?
10 serving 7.
10 serving 7. This is a good comeback here from Scott. Getting a little closer, looking a bit more competitive. Finding some weakness here, possibly in Dwyane's forearm. So he's moving the ball. Again, we know the background of Dwyane, he's very strong on his back arm. Very, very strong on his back arm.
We are a very interesting juncture here in this game. It's 10-all. Adrian Scott have come back in the game, and he's doing well. 10-all, John.
Yes, and by keeping that ball to Dwyane's forearm, he's paying dividends for him. Once again.
Finally, Scott have gained a 1-point lead. I think he's settling down in this game, and he's doing the basic, keeping the ball on the blue, on the court.
Yeah, well, he's showing that he's thinking a bit more. I mean, he's good at the back arm, but the form is giving him the results that he's looking for. He just came from an interesting deficit, and now he's leading thanks to some forearm errors, unforced errors on the part of Dwyane Lynch.
Right.
And there you go, that back arm is one that really the class of Dwyane Lynch will not spoil. So he may be feeling some pressure at this point.
You notice
the score builds up at 13-11 at this point.
You notice that in the first game, Mr. Adrian Scott, he was attacking, but now he's settling down and playing a more defensive game. Because if you notice, Dwyane Lynch, he's not really attacking. He's playing a slower game because you know Adrian Scott like a lot of pace, like a lot of power. So he's not giving Adrian Scott that power that he wishes. You see that? He take off the weight, and that's the style that Adrian Scott tend to struggle with.
Well, that was a good 3-point comeback here from Dwyane Lynch. Very good indeed. He scored 14-all. So they 4 out of 4. 4 serves, 4 points. So he's very much back into this game once again and taking charge, winning all 5 of his serves. Well done there by Dwyane Lynch. The score with no change at 14-16.
Very good playing by Dwyane Lynch. Very smart playing. He realized that if you notice, he kept the ball most of the time in Mr. Adrian Scott back arm. But Lynch, like I said in the previous video, Dwyane Lynch have one of the best back arms in the business.
Yeah, it's a good wide serve to the forearm, bringing the results. The score now will be 16-17.
Ball lands in the court.
Oh, this is very good defensive playing here by Adrian Scott. He did well to retrieve those wide to the forearm balls, and it paid the dividends in the end. I think the score should be even at this stage.
Yeah, the score is 17-all.
That was very good ball movement there by Dwyane. Left court, right court, drag, and Scott had no answer on that occasion. So he's 18 serving to 17. This one going down to the right down to the wire.
Yes, 18 all. This is where the nerves comes in, especially for Mr. Scott. You want to put back again. You want to draw it 1 all.
A 19 all score. You can hear the crowds in the background getting a bit involved. 20 will serve now to 19. Oh, that was a very good exchange.
Very good
again.
attempt.
I guess he had no choice but
He's walking.
To pull the choke on that one, but I guess the whole arena can see that one is clearly out.
Clearly out. He tried to
Clearly out.
work one on the officials, but the officials send him back up. Send him back up.
Excellent point. 21 with no serve to 20. Still game point to Scott, and that's game.
22-20. The second game goes to Dwyane Lynch. Yes, John. Right now we're seeing Adrian Scott. He's really behind the eight ball. Maybe he bit off more that he can chew. The first game was won by Dwyane Lynch 21-14. The second game 22-20.
22-20.
22-20.
The Giant may have met tonight with yet another Giant.
A bigger giant.
A bigger Giant. So, the Clash of the Giants. Maybe this one should have been dubbed the Clash of the Giants. But we're seeing a very determined to win, focused Dwyane tonight. In his last match last week, you saw a lot more expression and just what appeared to be somewhat distractions on the side. But tonight, he's a lot more focused. And playing some really good tennis. Both guys playing some really great tennis tonight. But you know how it goes, Dwyane.
Yeah. He's not being Dwyane Lynch is not being pressured by Adrian Scott, and you know he basically he's in control of the set. You can say, because you have 2 in the bag already, and he's looking to wrap up the third game. I don't think Dwyane Lynch really wants to play 5 games tonight. But this set is basically for bragging rights. But we're seeing a very good display of tennis from both individuals. A very high level of tennis.
Well, Dwyane Lynch has the advantage. He came here knowing that they met twice in the past, and he emerged the winner on both occasions. So there's a level of confidence when one comes up against another, and know that you have the statistics in your favor. And that's what's happening here tonight for Dwyane. And he's playing, however, like a bigger Giant tonight, coming up against Scott, who did a really good job last week with Pipey. But he may be a tad here above, punching above his weight.
Right. He's not playing with that same intensity as the last week when he was coming up against Pipey. You know, because Pipey had putting these guys under tremendous pressure, John. Pipey have coffins, he have caskets, he even have a grave somewhere down in Westbury prepared for someone. John, don't go in front of Pipey.
Actually, I like his last call out. He called out Marson, and his closing remarks to Marson was basically, if you accept. And then there was this pause, and then he said to Marson, I will take you home.
To for the home.
And we all know that when Pipey leaves World Tennis, he's going to the funeral home.
Yeah, he's going straight to the morgue and work.
Going straight to the morgue.
Yeah,
still waiting for a reply from Marson, but it's good. It's good to see these guys being creative. And this is what World Tennis needs. We haven't had any World Tennis to talk about in 2021. We don't have any heavily slated at this point in time tournaments, and that was a brilliant form there by
shot
by Dwyane. It was so good. He couldn't hold on to his own racket. It was a shot of class.
Yeah, racket on fire.
Score 6-7-8. Like a small lead here for Scott that he would need to. 9-6. A lead that Scott needs to capitalize on in this game 3. He had a relatively comfortable lead in game 2 as well that he threw it away to some degree. But should he be going into game 4 here tonight, he would definitely need to take advantage of this lead and get over the hurdle on this occasion.
Yes.
11-7 is the score.
Yes, you see that Adrian Scott have taken an early lead in this third game.
12-7.
Right now, this Adrian Scott have a very healthy lead.
Yeah, he's building well here. Well, we saw him leading before, and Dwyane Lynch was able to get back into the game. But let's hope that this time around we're going to have a repeat, and Scott could push this into game 4. I'm sure a lot of the spectators around would love to see another game, see these guys in action further. I'm talking about people around. This is really good for tennis. I mean, the turnout here again this evening is really great. It's good to see those present. I'm seeing masks being worn by quite a few persons. You can see that the whole COVID protocol seem to be acknowledged here at the Power Roach Recreational Center. This is good. This is good.
Yeah, you're correct, John. This is a facility where road tennis have been playing every day. And usually when the folks come to play road tennis, you know, they come with their masks. They tend to social distance. They sit down one place. You play road tennis, you know, when you finish, you come and sit down. You don't try to be moving all around and, you know, to spread the virus. People just sit around, stay one place, basically, John.
Yeah, no, this is healthy, and I think the giant in Scott, Adrian Scott, is showing tonight that he's not going to go home with a 3 straight. He has a very, very commanding lead this time around in this game 3.
Yeah, 17-10. A 7-point lead. That's very good for Adrian.
But as we welcome viewers, we also have to let viewers know that what they're seeing here at the Bush Hall Recreation is a renovated court. We have a new court. We had underwent some repairs and improvements to the courts, the facilities in recent times.
Yes, also the lights. New energy saving lights. And they really have the place really brighten up.
Oh yes, this facility for those into road tennis, certainly has potential to be the hub of all, the place to play. And we're seeing most of the callouts being the venue.
Right.
So that's a good sign that Bush Hall investment is certainly being utilized, and players and spectators are coming out to be part of the road tennis.
Right. Right, John, I suspect this is phase 1 in the development of this facility here, the Dwyane Power Road tennis facility. Like you said, the court have been redone, and later on you'll be seeing a roof, hopefully.
A roof in the plan as well. So we're looking at a real mega transformation of road tennis here at Bush Hall. Something that I'm quite sure will do well for us. So Scott took that game 3, 21-13, and we're now into game 4. For those now joining us, Adrian Scott, aka the Giant, he's backing the camera in a white shirt and black trunks, and his opponent this evening is Dwyane Lynch, and Dwyane Lynch is decked in his blue and green shirt facing the camera.
Yeah, this is a very interesting development in this set, because if Dwyane Lynch wins this game, he will take the set 3-1, and if Adrian Scott wins the game, it'll be level to all, and then we come to a decider. Yeah, game 5, yes. fourth game, Dwyane Lynch, you see Dwyane Lynch have taken the lead. 6-7-1.
A very healthy lead from early, Dwyane Lynch. Given that, still to come this evening, we have young Baracus
Right.
coming up against Pipey. That's the second game on the cards tonight.
Right. I believe the whole of Belfield will be coming up here to back their boy, Baracus. They don't want to see him not coming back down, because if he lost, he will not be going out back down to Belfield. He'll be going down all the way down to St. Lucie, Crop Hill.
Right.
Eleanor Fruno home.
Pipey,
and a coffin and driven by a hearse.
you know, Pipey's doing everything he possibly can. You know, with the war that's on now, Dwyane, the last thing he really want to do is to burn excess and unnecessary gas and diesel. So Pipey's really pushing that. Hopefully one of these nights he would not have to take a long drive alone. But he would take home something special to the funeral home.
He needs the business.
He probably does.
Because if he don't get anybody's his business with collapse.
Oh, this is a very another exciting exchange by both players. Another very fine exchange there. Long rally, and Adrian Scott getting the better. The score now 3-7. Now what I find here happening with Dwyane Lynch in particular, he has a very, very good back arm, but he continues to step around and play that inside out form, opposed to using the back arm that is his strong point. And oh, again, good
very,
skill,
very, very good
exchange. Once again by both players. That one tipping the top of the net, carrying out. 5, serving now to 9. And Scott is doing everything he possibly can to take this into game 5. Not sure that it was going to happen. 10 serving to 5. 11 serving to 5. Dwyane, I can't recall when last I saw a game with so many balls touching the top of the net.
That's class.
Class. That is what players love to see. The injection, Dwyane, that's what you call it, the injection.
But you would notice how Dwyane really plays. He plays very relaxed. He tries to conserve his energy, and you can tell he have a very good technique in terms of his breathing and so on. He don't try to extend himself that much. He have a lot of good timing, good hand-eye coordination, and he really does the basic, John. He just keeps the ball on the blue, and when there's an opportunity to put away the ball, he does it.
Yeah, I saw him in action 2-3 years ago play Imar, and it was a night of some really unbelievable things by both players, long rallies, and even though he might have lost that set to Imar that night, I think it was one of those nights that people really saw the depth of Dwyane Lynch. So, not surprised here, like I said. I think he definitely came here tonight with the edge, having a better record against Scott. But Scott is nonetheless not just laying down and playing dead either. Scott is putting the very best fight he can under the circumstances. 9 serving now to 13. 4-point lead.
Yeah.
He's serving. He at least needs to get 3 of these serves. 4 would be great. 5 would be fantastic. But I think, do you think these players look at these 5-point serves, Dwyane, and try to capitalize as much as needed in a game, or you think they just serve? What about you? What do you do when you're serving? Do you calculate how many points you want in your serve, Dwyane? Do you?
A very good, interesting point, John. And there's a reason you have a serve. It serves to give you an advantage, but you find a lot of these A-class players, they don't really neutralize their serve. They tend to put the ball on, and they rely on their skills, their fitness, and they prefer to win the point by rallying
rather than serve.
rather than the serve.
Now, it's 17 serving to 10. I'm still on his serve. I can think of players in the game today. I remember there's a guy called Santoki who was not a lot of rallier in the game. May he rest in peace, but he had a serve out of this world. We have the young attorney in KC Kamal Collamore.
100% serve, huh?
He's very confident about his serve as well. We don't see that with a lot of players.
But Antoine Daniel, he's an A-class player who's an exception in terms of serves.
Oh, that was a very good shot there by Dwyane. Wide to the forearm. Scott trying to counter punch,
Yeah.
but doesn't make it as he would like. The score now is 19 serving to 10.
Very interesting play. You see, Dwyane Lynch went so low, and he stretched and put that ball back on the court.
So 10 is now serving to 20, and the idea a game and set match.
11-20, game point and set to Dwyane Lynch. Still game point, 12-20. We're into the fourth game.
But as you were saying earlier about Antoine Daniel and serving, he uses his serve well. Antoine's uses his serve to set up the ball he's looking for, to create the shot that he wants.
21-13.
Serve well.
Oh my goodness. One official called the ball out, and the other person called it in.
So we have to go again.
They have to go again.
$14 serving to 20.
He's still surviving. He's still surviving.
You see a juice game on hand here?
I don't think so. I think this set is going to wrap up right now. You see a service change?
15-20. 20 serving to 15 for a 3-1 win tonight. Coming up, the official score calling, getting ready for the second match. Where we'll see Pipey coming up against Darius Gaskin, aka Baracus.
2016.
2016. We may be looking at a juice game, possibly into game 5. Can Scott create and make it happen? Oh, this is good on Scott's part. From 11-20.
Yes, the game is still open.
11-20 and
Any mistake?
Score of 2017. And that's it.
That's it. 21-17.
21-17.
And Dwyane Lynch have wrapped up the set.